The situation in Sudan, which continues to be horrific, to say the least. Our humanitarian colleagues tell us that North Darfur state remains catastrophic with ongoing attacks against civilians, humanitarian access to El Fasher cut off, and desperate people continue to flee towards Tawila and other towns seeking safety. Our colleagues from the International Organization for Migration now estimate that at least 62,000 people have been displaced from El Fasher and surrounding areas. That's just between the 26th and 29th of this month, with insecurity along routes continuing to restrict movements. These people leave their homes, their livelihoods, carrying very little of their belongings, as you can only imagine. Telecommunications needs to be restored to the area. They are cut and the situation is chaotic on the ground, making it difficult to obtain direct information from inside the city. On the ground in the locality of Tawila, we're working with local partners to register new arrivals as they come in, to provide emergency support for them. Huge gaps persist, as you can imagine, including shelter materials, medicines, and trauma care supplies, food assistance, as well as psychosocial support. Local sources continue to share extremely worrying reports of displaced civilians on the move as they are being abducted and facing extortion. We call again for securing a safe passage for people trying to flee, protecting those who remain in El Fasher, and for full and unimpeded humanitarian access across Darfur and all other areas in need in Sudan. The humanitarian situation in North Kordofan state also remains alarming, with IOM estimating that close to 36,000 human beings have been displaced from Bara town, north of the state capital of El Obeid, and that was just this week. Reports are also emerging of serious violations in the context of the RSF capture of Bara town in North Kordofan, including the alleged summary execution of 5 Red Crescent volunteers. Our human rights colleagues have also received alarming reports of sexual violence. Humanitarian partners tell us that at least 25 women were gang raped when RSF forces entered a shelter for displaced people near El Fasher University. These latest reports of serious violations potentially amount to numerous crimes under international law in and around El Fasher and in Bara. We echo the calls of the Human Rights Office. There must be an independent, a prompt and transparent and thorough investigation into all such breaches, potential breaches of international law, and for those responsible to be held to account. The rights of victims and their families to truth, justice, and reparations must be ensured.
Do you have any idea when you'll be able to get an assessment of how many people have been killed in El Fasher?
No, I think we can only go on estimates at this point. This is an ongoing conflict. As you know, we have no access to El Fasher. The reports I'm seeing on the videos we're seeing on TV coming out of El Fasher are, blood curdling, to say the least. What we need as quickly as possible is humanitarian access to support the living. Michelle.
Thanks, Steph. On that note, what contact is the UN having with the Quad?
Mr. Lamamra has been in touch with his Quad partners. I think we hope to share some more information soon, but there's been a lot of diplomatic contacts.
Peacekeeping mission to Sudan. Thank you.
Well, what the council will decide, the council members will decide in their wisdom is up to them. I think it would be very important to have a strong and unambiguous message from the Security Council calling for a halt to the fighting, calling for the protection of civilians, and calling for direct and unimpeded humanitarian access. Look, the Secretary General is not here to grade the output of the Security Council. I think I was very clear in what we want to see, and most importantly, what we want to see on the ground as quickly as possible.
Why is not being more assertive on the case of?
I think the Secretary General and his envoys are very much focused on Sudan. There's a lot of diplomatic contacts ongoing, and as soon as I have something to share with you, I will do so.